But when a 2-year-old, when you be in the jail first before they sentence you and take you to prison, and he came to visit me, and a 2-year-old banged and banged, mom, 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 please, mom, 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 please. The officers on that floor that day was so shooken. It just really messed me up. For your kids to be on a phone screaming, kicking. I mean, he was kicking, banging. My kids, my daughters was like, they didn't know what to do, so they started trying to break the glass to get to me. That is heartbreaking. So I wouldn't allow my kids to come and see me until I went to prison, and they didn't come and see me until I was my 7th year. Can you imagine the torment, the tears, the prayers, the sorries to replay in your head? I'm gonna do it this way this time. It's tormenting. But what I didn't realize, and this is what my daughter told me when she came to see me. She said, Mom, the whole time you was in prison, did you ever think about us? I said, of course. I think she was about 11 at this time. She said, I want to tell you something that I don't think people understand. When a child's parents go to prison, we be in prison too. That really distraught me. It made me want to more educate myself, want to get a 9-to-5, want to do the right thing, because I don't want the cycle to go from one generation to the next. I just wish people would understand when a person make a mistake, even though I wasn't strung out on drugs. So I'm just imagining if it's a parent that is strung out on drugs or an alcoholic. You have to understand, it's not the individual that's doing the activity, it's the drug. Or it's not. It's like you're talking to the drug, not the individual. And I just wish people will understand just understand when they sentence people. How can you put a person in prison or in jail for a very long time away from their children and cost the state more money by putting them in foster care? Put me in a prison that you all have to pay for. You understand? It doesn't add up to me. I feel like the whole system needs to be revamped and re-looked at.
Reimagined.
Exactly.
Yep.
How can you, if I was a drug addict and I need treatment, why would you put me in prison? You understand? Why wouldn't you get me the proper help so that I could be a better person for society? Why would you put me in prison? And this is what I call prison when I was in there. I call it criminal college. You putting all these criminals together, you understand, instead of getting us the proper help that we need. If we're uneducated, make us go to school. Okay, I'm gonna put you on probation. You gotta get your GED, you gotta go to college, or you gotta do this. Why don't you give us those type of chances instead of putting us in cages and throwing away the key? I just really, truly feel like if everybody say that they're for the people, be really for the people and catch them where they're weak at. Don't use it against them and make them slaves in these penitentiaries and we only get paid. I was getting paid $7 a month. $7 a month.
For what type of work?
Well, I went from the kitchen to working at the when I was in the kitchen, I made $6. When I worked at the chapel, I made $7. I think if you work at the phone service, that's the most money, But if you didn't have your high school diploma and stuff, you couldn't even get that.
And just to be clear, this was for the month.
This is for the month, not a week, a month.
Not an hour, not a day, not a week. a month of work would get you, you said $7 when you made the most. And could you tell, you know, well, maybe if you're getting paid that much, maybe the prices are like 1 cent per honey bun or whatever. Is that true? Or like what would $7 pay for?
Nothing. If I decide to put some money on the phone to call my kids, that's all I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get that, and I might be able to get me 2 oodles and noodles and maybe 1 drink.
What if you want to see a doctor?
Oh, that's my whole check. So I'm gonna have to pick and choose. You know what I'm saying? It's a pick and choose.
And what do you say about people when they, you know, they say, oh, why are people in prison complaining? They got 3 meals a day. They got all the stuff they can take care of. Like, that's actually good living.
No. You get 3 meals a day, but you need food that is going to nourish your body. Sometimes the meat will be spoiled, and they are told to try to cover stuff up. So imagine that. You know what I'm saying? Imagine just going to get 1 slop or something, and you gotta wait. What if you're a diabetic or something? No, no, it's not. I don't know why people think that, because that's not accurate. That's not true.
Kenyatta, thank you very much. You shared a lot with us today. We appreciate you standing in vigil. You've been out here every day for the last week, and I think intend to come back out as much as you can, and mostly daily for the next month. And so, you know, we can see, thanks to what you've been willing to share, why you're out here fighting so hard. You know, both for Larry, your partner, who is currently you know, in prison during COVID after already having contracted COVID, but also the harm that you have personally seen, both for yourself and for your kids. And as you know, as a child of incarcerated parents myself, I want to thank you for sharing that story. I know it was very. I was over here. I do these interviews all the time. That's the first one that made me cry.
Another thing, I'm not trying to cut you off, but I was giving you an example how in state and feds the living quarters are. Let's use these trees as an example, but that's still a lot of space.
Yeah.
You might have a bunk, 2 bunks here, and you got 2 bunks here. Well, just bring it a little closer to about right here. And this is all the space that you have, you know what I'm saying, when you get off your bunk.
Well, what if you, you know, they said that they were having them sleep head to foot, right? You don't think that's helpful?
COVID, if they're telling us out here, 6 feet in a mask, imagine, okay? You're telling me if I just lay this away and you lay this away, you're not still putting my life in danger?
That's what they're saying.
That's not true. Because if you're, even when they get up and they get down and they walk past and they don't have their mask on, going to the bathroom, you still put my life in danger. Do you understand? So imagine in state prison, the bunks are, this is the tree, and the bunks are like this far apart. So you got 2 bunks, 2 bunks, 2 bunks, 2 bunks. You got about 50 bunks in one big room. How is that you can convince me that you're protecting me? And I'm in your custody. You understand? And your staff is not being tested every single day. Not just making sure that they don't have a fever. You could still have symptoms. You understand? It depends on your immune system. You could be a healthy person, don't have no asthma. It's attacking people that have pre-asthma, that smokes, drinks, bronchitis, diabetes. You understand? But what if I'm just healthy? You know, I don't have any of those things, and I have it, and I'm in your pod around all these inmates. I have intimidated every single person in my pod. They need to be tested every single day when they come in and when they come out. And
they said they're going to test 5% of the population every week. So eventually in 30 weeks, you know, like, yeah. I mean, so what do you say as a family member who sees all these, you know, not even half-hearted attempts, just like almost something that says like, something that, or maybe pretext, maybe just saying, oh, see, we're doing something, stop complaining. How does that make you feel?
Come on now. If we was talking about animals, a shelter, okay? A shelter. Now, I have a dog. I'm not a dog person, but I have a dog. My neighbors, if I even have my dog in the front yard on a leash, my neighbors say, oh, Miss Davidson, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. And I said, he's a dog. He's supposed to be on a leash. You cannot leave him unattended on a leash, okay? So you're going to sit here and tell me, okay, these are human beings. You might as well say they on leashes. You understand? These are human beings, and you're sitting here telling me, because I test 5, but what about the 5 that's carrying it, that you didn't test? And by the time they come back in, you done gave it to every single person. If you want to test something, you got to make sense out of it. You're going to test the whole pod. You understand? And then once you all are clear, we're going to test the next part, and whoever has it, we're going to put you over here with the other ones that is tested positive. You understand? And then we're going to make sure that you all do not come in contact, because we're not going to let y'all go and come as free will. You understand? It's a way to overcome it. You understand? But it's just too many people locked up.
Exactly.
There is no way that they can solve this solution. And they are dying. A lot of stuff that they're not telling us. They are dying. They are dying, and you're sitting there saying, oh, they're just a number. That's one tax person we don't have to take care of. The tax people don't have to take care of. You can't do that. You can't do that. You've got to have some type of heart somewhere.
Well, and also it's a duty, because they're in your custody, right? Like that, they don't even have the ability to protect themselves. That's the crazy thing here, is that it is even a heightened sense of duty for government actors to protect people in prison, because they are in their custody. And that's the strange thing here, is that we see them not doing anything when they should be doing more than the average, for the average person who could take care of themselves. And yeah. So, any last words, or just words of hope or frustration, or I guess what keeps you going with all this, pain and doom around you? And
I truly believe that I believe that as long, I don't care if it's 2, 3, 4, just be consistent. You know what I'm saying? I truly believe what we're out here doing, standing in the gap for others that cannot speak for themselves. You know what I'm saying? The ones that are mistreated. I just want people to understand that there are people out here with hearts that have a passion for the people. You understand? All these people wants to get these positions, and they say they for the people, and we vote y'all in, and y'all act like y'all done lost the whole purpose of being in the office.
Yeah. And you certainly, I deal with this all the time, where somebody gets a position, then when they get it, they're like, oh, I don't have any authority to do that. Oh, so all these people running for positions that have no power, it's shocking, really.
Or when you're in the prison system, they'll say, well, I can't do anything about it. You got to wait till second shift. I can't do anything about it. You got to wait till third shift. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like a cycle, but it's a cycle that needs to be broken.
Who can do that the easiest?
The governor.
The governor.
And he choose not to.
Yep. Every day so far.
And he choose not to. Even if he just say a word and say, listen. Even if he just be bold enough, you know what I'm saying, to come out and say, look, how about this? I can't set everybody free. You know what I'm saying? But I can try to work with you all. How about we do this? I'm gonna try my best to do this in this certain amount of time before the year is out. But this is the best that I can do. At least give us something. Mm-hmm. Let us know that this is not in vain. Or you're just not. You're more concerned about turkeys, jive turkeys, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. His little buddies, you know what I'm saying, instead of people, you know? Yep. I mean, you even got mercy over turkeys than a human being. You see,
we were talking about this earlier, you have President Trump using pardon like it's his personal get out of jail free card pardoning Michael Flynn yesterday for federal crimes against the United States, and yet Governor Cooper can't actually use it to, get Ronnie Long compensation for 44 years of being in a cage, to help mothers and fathers and people go home to their families and not die in prison. It's indefensible is what we've been saying, All right, Kenyatta, thank you very much for your time here.
Thank you.